Hi guys, welcome to another video. A little bit of a special one because I've been wanting to do this for quite a while, but never really known how to approach it. And after being at the Regensburg Craft Beer Festival this year, I thought why not just put together a list of 5 of your favourite German craft breweries. Not really competing against each other or anything like that, it's more about promoting great breweries, promoting great beer, and hopefully you guys will get involved in this as well. So, without any further ado, let's get on with it. Rana are the oldest brewery on this list. In fact, they're the oldest family-run brewery in Bavaria. Not only do they have a rich history in brewing and some absolutely wonderful traditional styles, they've also gone into the craft market. I'm not just talking about dipping the toe in the water, they've gone full force into this market without compromising on the beers that they've built their reputation on. Even at the Craft Beer Festival, they had brewed beers specifically for the festival, which I think is a great step. Not only are the beers absolutely wonderful, but Alois and Steffi, the couple who are now owning the brewery, are two absolutely beautiful people who I've got to meet a couple of times now, and it's been a real joy. My choice of beer for you guys to seek out is the Chateaubriand barley wine. I think that's an absolutely gorgeous example of the style. This is much more of a delicate, smooth and indulgent experience, no harshness whatsoever. I had the sherry aged version at the festival as well, which just elevated the beer even higher, but for me that is an absolutely wonderful barley wine. Crew Republic are out of Munich, and for me they've probably got one of the best core ranges in the German craft market at this moment. Not only can you get them in bottle shops and that sort of thing and brew them directly, but you can also find some of their beers in supermarkets, which I think is a great step forward. And this fly is absolutely annoying me. Not only do they do a really great core range, but they've got an experimental line which changes so often. There's so many different new and unique twists on previous beers and collaborations with different breweries and coming up with new styles. They're an ever evolving brewery, and to me they put out a really consistent and gorgeous product. Not only that, but I love their marketing, I love their look, their image. Of course each bottle is designed a little bit differently within the constraints of like their logo and that sort of thing. I mean, you get different bottle caps for each style of beer and a different graphic, and I think it works really well. For me, the beer that you guys should seek out is their double IPA, which is the 745 Escalation, I believe it's called. Absolutely wonderful example of the style, and probably one of my favourite German brewed double IPAs. Sebastian from Freigeist Bierkultur is probably for me the most pioneering and experimental brewer that I've ever come across. Travelling all around the world, working with breweries in America, working with breweries that you've heard of, breweries that you've never knew existed, going to places where you didn't even know there was a big craft beer scene, and coming back with weird and wonderful beers. Of course, due to the creativity and experimental side of his brewing, not every beer has sat right with me, but that's never down to quality or anything like that, it's just down to tastes and preferences. From revisiting old lost styles to putting little twists and turns on styles that we all know and love, I can't recommend just one single beer for you guys to check out just because of how diverse his range is. All I can say is, if you ever find yourself in a bottle shop and you see a bottle of beer that's got the Freigeist Bierkultur logo on it, have a look at what that beer is, have a look at the ingredients list, and 9 times out of 10 you've got something that is just going to absolutely blow you away, confound you, and just make you reassess craft beer. Camber Bavaria for me, just like Crew Republic, have a very solid core range, and you can find a lot of their beers in the supermarkets, which is good because you're not paying too much for it. Very accessible in terms of price point, very affordable. They're the sort of brewery that you can pick 4 or 5 beers up, put them in the fridge, drink them at your own leisure. I'm not going to lie, in their core range, not every beer that they brew is a fine example of the style that they're trying to portray. The real genius for me personally with Camber Bavaria is the fact that you can enjoy their beers whether you're getting into craft beer, which is great for the burgeoning craft beer market we have here in Germany, and also for people who are aficionados of craft beer, because they do some wonderful collaborations and barrel-aged versions and some really high quality beers. My personal favourite beer of theirs is their IPA, which was one of the first German craft beers that I've ever had. I've had it a few times since then, and it's still an absolutely lovely, hoppy, simple, refreshing and enjoyable IPA, and it's one that I will continue to drink for as long as they produce it. For me, hands down, the finest German craft brewery at the moment right now is Yankee&Kraut. Not only have they made waves with the German drinking community, but they've also made waves on websites like Rate Beer, even though you look at Rate Beer now and it's not really the most credible source. But for a website like that to recognise a brewery so young, it does count for something. And trust me, every beer that I've had from these guys has been 8 to 10 out of 10. They are the sort of brewery that when you hear that they're either making a new beer or there's a new beer about to be released on the market, you're just foaming at the mouth with anticipation, and as soon as you could get hold of that beer, you're going to do your darndest to get hold of that beer. Not only are the beers absolutely wonderful in my opinion, but Yankee&Kraut have probably some of the best designed bottle labels that I've come across. Paul Gabrowski does an absolutely wonderful job from artwork to artwork, makes the beers really stand out. I'm always of the opinion, and it's worked 9 times out of 10 for me, where if a brewery has a beautifully designed label, they're going to be proud of the product that's in the bottle. And thankfully, that rule, especially with Yankee&Kraut, has yet to let me down. This was hard for me just to whittle down one beer, but my personal favourite beer that they've brewed is a very simple, fruity, hoppy pale ale, and that was their Eden. That is just such a lovely, satisfying and tasty, hoppy, fruity pale ale that is perfect for the upcoming summer months. So that was my list of my 5 favourite German craft breweries. Let me know if you agree or not in the comments down below, and like I said, if you want to do a video response of your own or just give me 5 of your favourite breweries, doesn't have to be German, doesn't even have to be exclusive to one area. Let's just promote good beer, good breweries, and let people know about them. I am of course going to put all of their links down below, as well as their relevant playlists, because I have covered a lot of beers from all of the breweries mentioned here. Please, please, please go check them out, and no matter if you want to do a response or not, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one.